Awesome. Howdy, folks. Yeah, we're now live. Welcome to the Developer Tools Contest Winners webinar. This is going to be a celebration, sounds cheesy, maybe a showcase, and to take a look at the winners from our most recent developer contest. Just to reiterate real quick, the topic of this contest was developer tooling. So basically anything that is created to make building on Iris, writing code, debugging, testing, make any of that easier. And I personally think we had some really awesome contributions. There are 17 total applications, and we're going to chat with some of our winners today. We have some folks on live. We also have some folks who submitted videos who couldn't attend today. And whenever there's a video submission, we're going to not play it live and then try and cut it in. I'm just going to kind of gesture to the screen, and then we will cut that into the final version. So if you're interested in seeing some of our video submissions from our winners, take a look at this as it's posted to the community afterwards for those. Awesome. Cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. So with our first place winner for this contest, John Murray, we have him here. Hi, John.
Hi.
And you have submitted and won, yes, round of applause. You submitted one with the InterSystems testing manager for VS Code. I'll be a little biased. I use this all the time personally. So I'll kick it over to you if you want to give us a demo, show it off.
Sure. Thank you very much, Derek. So yes, this VS Code extension I originally built 2 years ago as an entry to a Developer Tools Contest 2023. But this year I produced version 2. Adding to it test coverage. And in the case of where you're running unit tests on your object script code, test coverage is a really important indicator of whether the unit tests you've written are actually covering all of the code that your application is built with. There's a brilliant IPM package that Tim Levitt of InterSystems released at least a year ago, which is able to do the test coverage accumulation. But I knew that VS Code has the APIs to allow an extension to light up test coverage within the editor itself, and so I've been itching to do that, and the tools contest gave me an excuse. It gave my boss a justification for giving me the time to put into that. So InterSystems Testing Manager version 2.0. So I will put up the share of the right stuff, I hope. And here we go. Testing Manager, as I say, a VS Code extension, very easy to install from the VS Code marketplace, and that's what its badge looks like when you know you found the right thing. I'm going to demo it here in the context of another project that is a developer community hosted project, the Git source control. In fact, I think it's probably hosted on the InterSystems via GitHub. Anyway, it's the Git source control project, and the reason I picked this is that it's got some unit tests, and my extension performs better as a demo if there are actually tests to run. I will, having loaded that up, I can go to the testing view within VS Code. And it has identified all the local tests, that is the tests on the local instance of this project. I have new with version 2 this button, run test with coverage. I'm just going to hit the big button and run all of the unit tests in this project and run the tests with coverage. We will get displaying in under here, if it's going to work for me, the unit tests running. Now, wouldn't you know that? It was working just before I did the demo. So here we go. It's a slow kicking started. So let's hope it's going to get moving now. Okay, that wasn't how it's supposed to go. Let's give that another run. So bear with me while I give it a good refresh on the connection. And just check I'm using a containerized environment for this for Git source control. And I just need to check that everything's in place as it should be. So nice check on that. Go and open the management portal, just make sure that's going to play ball. It's not. Just restart this one.
John Murray's debugging skills can be a valuable part of the presentation.
Yeah, let's see whether I can get. So over in terminal, I'm just going into the container. I'm going to restart Iris in the container. I think it's run out of something.
Yeah, I always say I never trust a live demo if it works perfectly. So
yeah. So I'm just going to bounce the Iris instance in the container. And get this from another role. So over here, just refresh the connection. Okay, that's fine. Let's collapse this down. Clear all results, collapse all tests, run with coverage. A bit more hopeful. There we go. Okay, so took a little while to get connected, but it's now working its way through the unit tests, giving timings on each of the ones. I've deliberately got one unit test failing here just to show how that rolls up to the top level and shows you've had a failure on overall because one particular unit test is failing. But counter at the top here is approaching the end of its 28 tests to run. And it's going to, in the end, it's going to report 27 of 28 have passed. And once that's finished the run, it will be feeding the test coverage information over, and the test coverage information is going to display in another pane. I've put it over the opposite side of my VS Code just so that we can see the information in two different perspectives. So on the Explorer tree, the application code here gets annotated with coverage information for its unit tests. And we can also browse that over in this view. So there are a couple I thought I would draw attention to. So settings.cls over here on the right. It's got a fairly miserable coverage of 90 out of its 285 statements, i.e. lines, has been covered by the test, so only 32% roughly of the coverage. I can drill into that and look at the actual methods within settings.cls. Some methods we've successfully got 100% coverage on the testing. Some methods we haven't even touched yet on the coverage. So that is a way that I can improve unit tests by saying we ought to be doing something on the pathways that will run through those sections. But I can also, if I open the code up here in the the editor window, I'll just hide these other sides for maximum visibility. I can put the inline coverage of this. Actually, I shouldn't have picked this because there's so little coverage, but there we go. Here we are. Present on new, some coverage on these lines here. This particular line, 84, hasn't been covered, so the not is default condition hasn't been tested by the unit test. If I go back to pick another example, settings, document.cls, and this one I've highlighted because we can see actually that two different unit tests ran code within this file, and by default I get to see the coverage, the aggregate coverage of all of the unit tests that touch this file. But if I'm interested in saying which bits of the file were touched by the unit test that was dealing with add and remove, I can filter this view down and see that the add and remove unit tests don't touch the save method on this. Whereas if I go and take a look at the settings one, and I get down to the save method, it does cover the save method, though not all of it, and quite commonly unit tests don't successfully cover the catch clauses of try-catch blocks, because you have to go out of your way to engineer a unit test that will fail in the method because of something like invalid JSON or whatever else. Anyway, that's really my time up. I've shown you what the extension can achieve for you, and I hope that people have fun with it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, John. That's so great. Fun is an interesting word when it comes to unit testing. I personally think it's very important and good. And what I love about the 2.0 version here is there's a very big difference in my experience between knowing that you have sections of your code that aren't really covered and actually seeing it. I think actually seeing some methods, some files with 0% coverage really makes you go, oh, we're gonna have to improve those coverage numbers. So thank you so much. Awesome, great. So that's our John with our number one winner for the testing, the unit tests extension for VS Code. The second place is Dmitry with Typeorm-iris. It's a driver for Typeorm for use with Iris databases. It's definitely something that I had never really thought of in my short time here at InterSystems, but I know drove a lot of excitement. This is definitely a very powerful tool. So thank you, Dmitry. Here it is.
Welcome to quick walkthrough of my project Typeorm-iris, an integration of Typeorm with InterSystems Iris. Now let's clone it. And open it in VS Code. It is a Node.js project, so we need npm to install all the dependencies required to run this project. This project uses test containers feature, which allows to start a container just for tests, and we just need to add a Docker image of Iris and run build and run tests with using Mocha. So we're running tests. We can see some tests passed, some failed. It happens due to a bug in official driver, which expected to be resolved in the next release. But if we will run tests separately, we will see that all tests are passing. For example, we'll do a couple tests individually. The bug happening due to reconnection in the same Node.js process. So tests passing, 1, and some more. And just add only to the filter to this test. And is this passed as well? Now let's have a look at a bunch of samples provided with this project. It uses data source with Iris. Currently, it's running in a container. And yeah, we can define list of entities. It's just plain Typeorm usage. And we can define a list of entities, how they connected, one-to-one, one-to-many, all the type fields. Now let's build project first. So we'll have compiled JavaScript code. Check for running Docker-iris, Iris and Docker. All settings are set. And let's run samples. First one, just simple entity. And during run, it shows all the SQL queries that executes on Iris side and the result of it. Let's go through all of them. You can see that a bunch of SQL queries executed, all working very well. Many-to-many, also working. The last one, just indexes.
Awesome. And then third place goes to John McBride, who created another VS Code extension. This time it's an IPM Explorer. It's very, very cool to get to in VS Code, click through, almost see your own little app store of all of the IPM modules. So really great stuff. Appreciate your contributions both. A weird thing. So jumping down into fifth place, Yuri, you're here with us today. Thank you for joining. The Iris for Word extension. This is I love this this application. I love this submission because it solves, in my opinion, one of your like really annoying business problems, you know, that like you have to convert to different things, or you always have folks in your company who want different file formats and whatnot. So I was really grateful to see this. But anyway, I'll be quiet. I'll kick it over to you, Yuri. Thank you.
I will share my screen. Okay, my application is Iris for Word. It's an application to generate Word documents using InterSystems Iris and a template language inside Word. When I go to Word IDE, you have you write your template here. In this sample is a status report with data that match with a dynamic object or a JSON data. So I have here I have a JSON that will be sent to API, Object-Script API. So I have a company name, and in my template I have a company.name, and I can iterate for arrays. So I have projects here, list, and I have projects and close projects here. And I can have nested lists. So in my projects, each project has another nested list with teams, team project, and tasks of the project. And I can reflect this using, I have projects. Inside projects, I have the project name, begin date of projects, and I have a list. Open list here and close list here. Okay, so it's very easy to create Word documents merging InterSystems iris data from dynamic objects. So my to do it is only one line of code. So here we have a sample. Okay, here you have iris forward.wordU to generate word file from JSON. We receive the request, convert to dynamic objects to pass to the Object-Script class, and you set the template file that you wrote using Word, and the final file path with the Word generated file. Okay, and sent to as a response to the user. I have a postman here to test the library. You can upload any templates and use template here. So it's a JSON file and send and downloads. They generated the Word file, context 2. And now you will see the file. We have the final words file here that maps to data. So we have a company name ACM, and you have ACM, and the tag is company name ACM, and we have more two utilities here. One to create a BI report with your BI assets lists and your production interoperability production items here. So you can generate, using this library, a report about your BI assets. BI reports, BI2. BI2 here. And you have all assets here: the cube definition, analysis, pivot tables, and dashboards that reflect my current environment. So I have here in analytics portal, we have two dashboards, activity and temperature dashboard, and we have the two dashboards here, analysis 2, temperature analysis, temperature analysis. Okay, this is my app.
That's great, Yuri. Thank you for demoing that. I'm always a big fan, personally, of something that I feel like I would be asked to build and think, what? Like, okay, and try and throw it together. And to have somebody submit something that really tackles a problem like that and works really well. It's really great. So thank you for presenting. In fourth place, we had DC-Artisan. It's a submission by José, Henry, and Henrique. They submitted, it is a RAG and like AI application toolkit, kind of a more sophisticated template for helping folks get up to speed with these apps and build them quicker. So,
hello everyone, my name is Henry and I'm a part of the Musketeer team. And unfortunately, once again, it was not possible to us to participate in the live meetup. So I just want to show you very fast our app for this last contest. It's called DC-Artisan. DC-Artisan is a VS Code extension. It's a advanced tools to prompt engineer and to ingest documents in your vector database. So the main idea is very simple. You have here where you put your prompt. You can use variables and you can replace, this is dynamic. If you add another variable here, they will create input here to test, and they will show you the preview of your prompt like that. I want to Portuguese here. They will replace, and you can use this to test your prompt with your LLM. So I get the idea of my prompt here, and I ask to Artisan to optimize it. They will analyze your prompt and they will ask you some clarifying questions to get the better and haste of your prompt, like this just students for words, the internet, and you will answer this whatever here, and you submit this. They will get your answers and they get your prompt, and they will suggest a better and complete prompt to you, and you can just copy here and replace where you want to use that, or you update here, and you can add more variables here, whatever you want, and you can test this. Is a prompt tuning test. They will ask for a CSV of test cases and batch tests of your prompt, and this Artisan will score results and analyze consistency, similarity, and so you can tune and optimize with measures and confidence. Another thing that DC Artisans do is the RAG pipeline, that you can add a table here, like new vector database, and you can ingest, if this table doesn't exist, you can add some PDF, TXT, Word documents, Markdown, and you ingest these documents, and they will create and show you all the embeds, all these documents, and the metadata of your new documents that you upload. If you can see, they are all with interoperability, and you can see everything, you can track everything, all messages here, what they do behind the curtains, like that. The new vector documents they upload in base 64, and they generate a vector database with 60 documents with that. That's it. Thank you very much.
Great. Okay, and on to our next person we have on the line. Andrew, thank you for joining. You want to, I'll kick it over to you right away, but you won in our sixth place with your interoperability REST API template, which I always love having a starting point when you're unfamiliar with the new technology. So I'll kick it over to you, Andrew.
Actually, talking is not my strong skill. I first time participate to this. Maybe little introduction. It's okay. My name is Andrew. Originally, I'm from St. Petersburg, but now I live in Thailand. About my template. My template solves two main problems. First, it is a common entry point for all your APIs. In real life and real project, we have dozen APIs, and with my template, they all can use one business service as entry point. When you need to add something functional to your data flows, it becomes easy. For example, my template already includes metrics in open metrics format, such as mean, max, average duration for request, and fail, success, request counters. You can grab this metrics with Prometheus, and display it in Grafana. Also, the template includes rate limits per minute, and if you have this common entry point, you can easily add something like, I don't know, login to Elastic. Second thing, my template is way to use most powerful and most helpful iris feature. I mean, of course, visual tracing. I believe, guys, all our code should be work as part of interoperability, in production. Because with visual tracing, searching for problems becomes very easy. From the start we have sequence diagram of process, all data, like content of messages, and we have place in our code where something went wrong, and so on. And sequence diagram is well known to analysts, not only for developers. So my template, it is a way to use it all. What we don't have by default when you use REST API. Yeah. About demonstration, yeah, I will try, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's. Oh no, it's not works. I show to add a credential, yeah, and it need to restart our meeting.
Gotcha. Yeah, for the screen
Sorry.
share. No, that's okay, Andrew. Thank you for walking through all that. I feel like it's another one of those applications, another one of these templates where it's stuff that everybody has to do. And I'm sure if you're like me, you've had to do 1,000 bespoke implementations of rate limits, and there's nothing you like less. And so I think you included a lot of really awesome stuff into a template to help folks get up and running quicker, which is what it's all about. So definitely check it out on IPM. We won't do a share right now, but there's a lot of great getting started docs that Andrew has included. And maybe on the community, we could put a video walkthrough or something for folks. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. Great showing. It was very difficult to vote. I don't know if anybody else, Benjamin or Raju, felt similarly, but I felt like the competition was very fierce. So thank you all for submitting. Congratulations to all the winners. I'm going to go through the remaining winners here. I don't believe that there are any more folks on the call with us. So I'll read through. After Andrew and the Interoperability REST API template, we had Tool QA, which is an app by Andre. And we had Iris Message Search, which is an app by Sarah, WSGI2ZPM, which is an app by Eric, and then the templated email app by Nikolay and Sam. These are all great examples, well deserving of prizes here, solving business problems and making developers' lives easier. And our community nominations, which is our separate category, we'll go over those winners as well. John Murray, you won as well for the community. Beloved contribution by experts and community alike. So congratulations there. Second place for the community was Iris Message Search. Definitely check that one out. I think, Andrew, your point about how interoperability and visual tracing, these are very powerful things. Improving message search and making observability easier is another really huge win for developers. So definitely check out Sarah's app. And then third and fourth place go to DC-Artisan and the Add Search Table app, which are all great contributions along the same lines. We've heard from José, Henry, and Henrique before. And then finally, fifth place for our community nominations is Tool QA by Andre and Andre. So a lot of amazing contributions. Even folks who did not win a prize, I strongly recommend checking out all 17 applications that were submitted. Really strong showing this year, or this contest. So thank you all. Before we kick it off, before we just kind of fade into the applause, Raj, Benjamin, did you have any thoughts? Do you have any insights on the contest this year, or this go around for developer tooling?
Yeah, I can start it off. First of all, it's great to see two of the top three being VS Code extensions. John is an old pro, but I love that one of the newcomers wrote a VS Code extension. When we started on this journey 4 years ago, this is one of Mumsters still asks me what's so great about VS Code? Why aren't we still using Studio? An extension ecosystem is something Studio could have never provided. And so not only us tying into, the mainstream world, but us creating tools for each other in our niche of the world. So love to see that. And of course, the next comment I wanted to ask John was, how do you create better coverage? And I smell a AI contest maybe in the next year.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But people already are tired of AI after the previous contest, maybe. Sorry.
But yeah, definitely the challenge of saying, writing unit tests can be tedious, and I've seen some other entries in this contest and in previous offerings to try and streamline or bootstrap unit tests on app frameworks of certain sorts. And so yeah, having unit tests is great, and the ability now to see how widely your unit tests are or are not covering the code that you think you're testing is a real validator for saying, well, it was worth the effort because I'm getting a high degree of coverage on the code.
Yeah, thank you all. Great insight. I love the open ecosystem, the extension ecosystem. It's something that I think sometimes you don't notice, but as a part of this prep for this webinar, I checked how many extensions I was using in VS Code, and I mean the number continues to grow. It's easily in the dozens, and that is the power of having an ecosystem like that. So thank you, Raj. Thank you, Benjamin, for joining. Congrats again to our winners. Thank you, Yuri, John, Andrew, for all joining. I will say our next contest, we keep doing them, so stay tuned for more updates. As a small kind of sneak peek, in addition to our experts nomination and our community nomination, we will have an additional category next time around. That's about all I'll tease for now. You'll have to stay tuned for more information. But thank you again to all of you for joining. Congratulations to all of our winners, and thank you for an awesome contest.